Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Mayor's Monday Message for July 16th, 2018. We have a very exciting Monday message for you. I want to start off by introducing the new executive administrator for York City. Ricky, some of you may recognize him. He's been around here, been around York in a few different roles for a while. Ricky Quintero.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. My name is Ricky Quintero, and it is a privilege to be here today. In this new position as an executive administrator for the mayor, it is a position and a duty that I take, with high responsibility and with a sense of privilege to be here today serving the community once again. To give you a background, I started with the city back in 2008 working under code enforcement. I was working there for several years. That's when I got to know a little bit of the workings in the city and how to serve the community better. I was able to gain massive amount of experience in customer service and code enforcement, eventually becoming certified as a building code official. And of course, I did the permit technician role. So I was in charge of all the permitting processes for the city. I did that for some time, and then I made the transition to state government, working as a legislative assistant for former state representative Kevin Schreiber for the House of Representatives. And that was a role where, again, I'm very grateful to have been in that position. It was a role that allowed me to grow tremendously as a professional and in public service. I was able to work in the trenches in the field with people, getting to know the discrepancies that were around and how we can come up with ideas and plans to implement a change. And that was great. I did a lot of constituent service. I was able to help the community from all backgrounds and with all types of issues. So it was very rewarding and fulfilling for me. I left the state for some time, and now I came back now in this new role as the executive administrator now for the mayor. And like I said before, I am delighted. I feel privileged and humbled to be in a position to be able to serve you, the community. Just know that I'm here to provide assistance. If there's anything within my capacity that I can do to help you, just rest assured that I will. And again, I'm just here to serve you. Public service is a passion of mine. It's something that I have done for the majority of my adult life, and I feel very privileged to have been able to be given the opportunity to serve you as the community. So feel free to contact me if you have any questions, and we'll be here ready to serve.
So we're very, very excited. You can hear Ricky's passion, his knowledge. He already has a lot of knowledge about how the city works. He'll be able to help folks with their questions. And for the first time in history, we have a Spanish-speaking executive administrator. So we will be able to, the mayor's office will be able to communicate with 99% of the folks in their native language, whether English or Spanish.
That is true.
And that makes me very excited because the Latino population is the fastest growing population, is growing beyond 30%, growing towards 40% of the city. So if we can't communicate with our population, then we're not doing our job. So I'm very, very excited.
Thank
Ricky.
you. I appreciate it, Mayor.
Thank you.
Thanks so
for
much.
coming on board. So I just got back from the mayor's conference on entrepreneurship in Kansas City, where I got to work with 120 mayors from around the country and working on all sorts of ways that we can help build up businesses, build up capital in our neighborhoods. And one of the things that we're looking at, and this is still in the idea phase, but I'm very excited about it, and I think we'll be able to do it. We're looking at doing a small neighborhood loan revolving funds. So if you have a business and you need a few extra, or you want to create a business, you have some money, but you need a few extra $1,000, we'll be able to match your money. And then after you build up your business, after about 18 months, you will start paying that money back at no interest. And then that money will go to the next person to build up a business. So just very, very excited about that. It builds a whole new layer of empowerment within our neighborhoods with bringing up small businesses. So that's only one of the small, well, it's a big idea, but it's only one of the ideas that I'm bringing back from this conference. So I'm very, very grateful to the Kauffman Foundation. If you're interested in learning more, you can check out eShip Summit. This was actually a second conference that I was at with 450 ecosystem builders. You may have heard me use this term, ecosystem builder. We're not making this up. These ecosystem builders are people who understand how to bring together networks of individuals, from the entrepreneur to the funders to the workforce, and bring everybody and government so that we're all working together to build our economic stability and to build our future for our residents and our businesses. So I'm very excited about that. One other thing that I was able to pull together over I'm calling it a fakecation because I didn't really do a vacation. I ended up working most of the time, but you may have seen me running around in shorts and a shirt instead of dressed up in a jacket. So that was my vacation. But what I was able to do was really get on paper the outlines of what the system is going to be to get resources in our neighborhood. And that's the Neighborhood Ecosystem Initiative. You may hear me use the word ecosystem a lot because, first of all, I come from my environmental background, my background of working with ecosystems on the creeks and in the bay, and ecosystem, what that really means is just how all the pieces work together to make sure that everything is healthy. So when I say economic ecosystem, I'm talking about how all the businesses and the workforce and the banks and the government, how they all work together. When I'm talking about the neighborhood ecosystems, I'm talking about how the schools and churches and rec centers and how the nonprofits and the volunteers and how the funders and how the government all work together to make sure that all the resources needed from prenatal care for moms the whole way up through for seniors, senior services, that these things get into our neighborhoods. Too often we have looked at the city or the county and said, well, look at all the resources that are there. Well, yeah, but when you try and get to the resources, if you do not have a car, if you've got 3 kids, if you've got 2 or 3 jobs, it's not easy to get all over the place to get to these resources. So we are going to strategically work to get resources from the basics, from food and shelter and clothing services to job training, to tutoring, to activities for the kids, get them into every neighborhood. So you're going to hear more and more about that. Each neighborhood will have a coordinator. So far we have 4 coordinators lined up for the 16 kind of sections of the city. We have Nicole Smith, who works here at the city. She's going to be working out in the East End, in the Albemarle area, to get resources to folks out there. We've got Tammy Bethay, who also works for the city. She is working and has been working out in the Devers neighborhood at the Yorktown Center, but she's also going to be working with more people to bring resources in. We've got Valerie Darden is going to be working in the South Side out of Jackson and working with Christmas Addicts to bring more resources into the neighborhood there. And Javon Matthews is going to be coming on for the Northeast neighborhood. And of course, we're already working with Salem Square and at Hannah Penn, working with Communities of Hope. They are going to be bringing in a new resource center there. So we have 6 areas of the 16 that we hope to cover already getting started. Another aspect of this is that the school district has agreed to allow us to use the K-8 schools around the city from 6 p.m. until 10 p.m. So we're going to have those locations to bring in programs for the kids, for job training, for seniors, whatever we want. We will have the spaces. The whole way this works is combining spaces with programs, with support, and then having one coordinator that makes sure that everything is running smoothly. So if we can have those 4 things working together, we will be bringing resources and we will be bringing activities to get these kids off the streets, give them more to do, but also give them the contacts they need to make sure that they know that they're worth a lot more than ending up in prison or ending up shot or dead. there are no easy fixes to things, but there are lots of small fixes to things. So this is really an effort to organize. We've got what we need here. We've got the resources. We've got the love. We've got everything that we need to reduce the negative things in our community. But we just got to get organized. And that's what this effort is all about. That's what the economic ecosystem building is all about. Let's take all these assets we have and let's get organized. And Ricky is here to help me and help the community get organized, to take your concerns and to help with problems. And I'm just really excited. It's a great, positive week in York.
Thank you, Mayor. It's a pleasure.
Thanks,
and once
Ricky.
again, for my Spanish-speaking folks,
Oh, yes, please.
just know that there is someone here that speaks your language, that understands the struggle, that understands the discrepancies and problems that you may encounter in this city and in this environment. So know that there is a friend here working for the mayor that can provide that assistance, that can provide that support. And again, if it's within my capacity to help you, just know that I'm here. Bienvenidos y estoy aquí como un amigo de ustedes. Por favor, cualquier problema, cualquier situación que tengan donde se sientan que el alcalde pueda ayudar, yo haré lo mejor que yo pueda hacer para ayudarlos. Así que por favor, llámenos.
Y Ricky, vas a hablar en español conmigo.
Yep.
Y voy a aprender más.
Un poco más. Sí.
¿Un poco más?
Un
No,
poco
no.
más. O mucho más.
Mucho más.
Mucho más.
Mucho más. Y voy a hablar y entender toda la gente en la ciudad.
Wow. This is
See,
tremendous. This
you
is
didn't know
great.
about that, did you?
I did not know. So, yeah.
No, we're going to be good.
This is great. It's great.
Thank you all. We'll see you around
Thank
the
you.
city.